Hi, welcome to my channel. This video is regarding MongoDB sharding setup. In my previous video, I had discussed what Mongo database sharding is and how the sharding works. In this video, I'll show you a hands-on session on how to set up a sharded environment in Mongo database. In my previous video, I had discussed how the sharding setup look like. We have different shards running as different MongoDB instances on different servers, which will have replica set for each. Then we'll have config servers, which are the metadata for the shards. Then we'll have Mongo S instances, which are the interaction points for the client. In my example, I'll be setting up the shards, the config server, and the Mongo S in a single server. But in a real production environment, all these will have different systems for each. Now to start, I'll create few folders. First, I'll create 3 config folders. So these will represent the config servers. Then I'll create few folders to represent the different shards. Say we are setting up a sharded environment with 4 shards A, B, C and D, and each having replica set 0, 1 and 2. So these are my folders representing different shards, and these 3 are my config servers. Now to start the config servers, I'll use the command mongod -config server, and then I'll provide the DB path. So for my case, the first config server is in CFG0, and I'll specify a different port. Since everything is on the same server, I'll have different ports for the different instances, and I'll use fork to run it in background, and I'll provide the log path to be say log.cfg0, and since it's in replica set, I'll give the replica set name as CFG. So my first process has started. Similarly, I'll start for other config servers on different DB path and different ports. So all my 3 config servers have started. Now I'll log into my first config server, that is on port 26050, and I'll initiate replication for the config server using rs.initiate. I'll add the other 2 config servers in the replication. That is one on the port 26051 and the other running on 26052. Now if I check rs.status for my config servers, you can see that all the 3 members are now added to the replica set. Now I'll exit the config servers, and now let us initiate our shards. So I'll start the MongoDB instances with the parameter shard server to mention that these are part of shards. So the first shard, the REPL set name will be A. The DB path for my first instance is A0. Let me start it on a port 26000 and the log path as log.a0. So my first shard instance has started. Similarly, I'll start the other instance in the replica set on a different port. So I've started A0, A1 and A2. In similar fashion, I'll be starting the other shards as a replica set, that is B, C and D. So I'm starting the replica set B, going ahead with B1, and B2. Now for C, I'll start it on 26200 and the replica set name is C. C1 and C2. Finally, for the last shard D, I'll start it on 26300. DB path is D0, replica set name is D. D1 on port 26301, and yes, we are on to the final one, that is D2. So what we have done is we have started multiple instances on the same server just to represent how the sharding environment will look like when present in different servers. A0, so you can see this is the A0 server, A1, A2, B0, B1. So all the instances are now up and running. I just have to now start the shard. Now the next step is to initiate replication in each of the shard servers. So first I'll log into my A0 server, which is running on 26000, and I'll run rs.initiate and add the other two servers, that is one running on 26001 and the other on 26002. Similarly, I'll log into my B0 instance and I'll run rs.initiate and I'll add the other two instances, 26101 and 26102. Repeat the same steps for the instances C0 and D0 and add the replica set. And after adding all the instances in each of the shards, just confirm rs.status to check all the members are running. Now the next step will be to start the Mongo S instances, which will be the interaction point for the client to our sharded environment. Now to start the Mongo S instances, provide --config d parameter and mention the config server, that is in our case running as a replica set on the ports 26050, 26051 and 26052, and I'll run it on a port say 26061. So we can run multiple Mongo S instances to increase the availability of Mongo S to the client. So I'm running another Mongo S instance, say on 26062, with the same configurations of config.db. Now our configuration is complete. We have started configuration servers as a replica set. We have started different shards A, B, C, and D as replica sets, and we have started Mongo S instances for the interaction for client. Now let us log into our Mongo S instance, which we had started on port 26061. So this is our Mongo S instance. Now from this Mongo S instance, I can add the different replica set instances A, B, C, and D as shards. Now for adding them as shard, I'll use the command sh.add_shard and I'll provide the replica set name. For the first case, it's A, localhost, the port of my primary instance in A. So you can see A shard has been added. Similarly, I'll add the replica set B running on 26100, replica set C running on 26200, and replica set D running on 26300. Now to check the status of your sharded environment, you can run sh.status. So you can see it has shown the different shards A, B, C, and D having its own replica set on different ports. So auto split is enabled, and current databases which are under sharding is only config.db because we have not sharded any database as yet. To add any database in sharding, so for example To add MyDB for sharding, you can use the command sh.enable sharding and the database name. Now if you run sh.status, you can see that MyDB is also part of the sharded databases. Now to shard a particular collection, say for example the sales collection, you can use the command sh.shardCollection, the namespace of your collection, that is mydb.sales, and the shard key which you want to keep for the collection. Say for example, I want to keep _ID as my shard key. And now when you run sh.status, you can see for your collection sales, this is the partition of data into chunks. So currently your data only resides on the shard D because the data is less. So as you add on data and as the data grows, the data will be divided into chunks and placed into different shards. Now let me add some dummy data into my collection sales to grow its size. Now if you run sh.status, you can see for your collection sales, the chunks have now moved to the shard C. Now when you insert data in your sharded collection, you can check db.getLastErrorObj to check to which particular shard your data has moved. Other than using sh.status, you can also switch to config database and query shards collection. So you can see A, B, C and D are the 4 shards in my MongoDB shard cluster. This was just an example of how you set up Mongo database sharding in a single server. In a production server, you will have each of these shards in different machines and your config server and MongoS on different machines. Hope this information was helpful to you. Thank you for watching my video.